On a cold September evening, Evelyn sat cross-legged on her living room floor, surrounded by a sea of yellowed papers. The attic's secret was too tempting to resist. A dusty trunk, half hidden beneath the rafters, had wheezed open beneath her touch, releasing the musty scent of forgotten memories. As she unfolded the fragile letters, the familiar script danced across the pages, detailing strange occurrences that echoed in her own life. "They described shadows lurking in the corners," she whispered, running her finger over the elegant curves of the ink, "and a door that creaks open at midnight." Her heart quickened as she recalled the very same sound that had disturbed her sleep numerous nights. She paused, listening intently, but only silence filled the empty room. Days turned to weeks, and the rhythm of her life intertwined with the words written long before she was born. Each letter detailed a series of inexplicable events, the soft humming that filled the air despite there being no one else around, shadows that flickered like candle flames against the walls. A chill swept through her, and the warm glow of the living room felt distant, almost hollow. One letter caught her attention, a crumpled page with a frayed edge. It described an empty rocking chair that seemed to sway gently, devoid of company. Evelyn shuddered. In the corner of her room, her grandmother's old rocking chair had begun to creak more than usual, the rhythmic sound an unsettling lullaby in the quiet evenings. Now, she noticed its slight movement. The chair rocked back and forth, a motion too deliberate for mere drafts or floorboards. With each new discovery, a creeping unease unfurled in her. The web of her ordinary life was laden with these whispers from the past. The scent of old lavender filled the air one evening, intrusive and sweet, yet grimacingly familiar. The nostalgia wrapped around her like a cold embrace, but it was soon chased away by the foul odor of decay that hung in the hallway, a sinister accompaniment to the dust motes dancing in the delicate light. One night, after poring over the latest batch of letters, she felt a frost form in the air, as if winter had stolen into her home uninvited. Just as she felt her breath fogging the air, the lock on her front door clicked audibly, even though she had secured it tightly behind her. A surge of fear gripped her as she stood up, moving carefully toward the door. It was ajar, the gap reminding her of a mouth grinning wide. Evelyn's pulse thundered in her ears as she peered outside into the inky darkness. Nothing stirred, save for the faint echo of the wind brushing against the trees. A fleeting instinct urged her to slam the door shut, to barricade herself away from whatever shadow had crept in, yet she hesitated. That faint hum twisted in her mind once again, echoing through the air like a melody made of dread, drawing her closer. Suddenly, the empty rocking chair caught her eye once more. It was moving, slowly at first, but with increasing urgency, as if someone unseen had settled down to rest. Panic seized her, yet a morbid curiosity urged her feet forward. Just as she reached for it, the swaying stopped abruptly, and in that silence, a letter slipped from her fingers, flittering across the floor. In one frantic motion, it landed at the foot of the chair, unfurling to reveal a hastily scrawled warning. "Do not sit. Do not listen." A shiver traveled down her spine as the realization sank in. These events were not merely coincidences. The echoes of the past were entangled with her present, desperate to manifest their fate onto her. In that moment, the whispers grew louder in the stillness, twisting through the air like a tempest. She retreated, inching back toward the door, heart racing. The room was no longer just her sanctuary. It was a nexus, a point where time wove her life into the fabric of those who had come before. She slammed the door, collapsing against it, breathless. The echoes faded, leaving only the quiet murmur of the breeze. Evelyn knew she had read too much, trusted the words too deeply. A chilling finality settled in. She had escaped the lure for now, but deep down, she understood the truth. The legacy of the letters could not remain buried. The haunting melodies would linger, surfacing in dreams, reminding her that when one opens the door to the past, it may never fully close again.